Welcome to the AdExpert Podcast. Today, we are taking a really strategic look at what is fundamentally reshaping digital communication, and that is personalization.
Right. It's a term you hear thrown around constantly.
Exactly. But we want to drill down into the mechanics of why it's not just a nice to have anymore, why it's, well, the undisputed future of digital advertising. The core question we're unpacking today is why personalization? And what tools are making this kind of hyper-targeting possible right now?
So we've got a really robust stack of sources for this deep dive. And it's great because it blends that high-level strategic vision with, practical on-the-ground application.
Okay.
We're looking at these cutting-edge ideas, AI, machine learning, predictive analytics, but we're framing them through the lens of a successful agency. Specifically, we're looking at the approach used by AdExpert. They're a Los Angeles-based firm, online marketing, and web dev with over a decade of experience. So they know how to apply these big concepts.
And their operational scope, from what we reviewed, it's impressively broad. They're not just a one-trick pony.
Not at all.
We're talking about a full-stack digital partner. They manage Google Ads, they tackle website SEO, they focus on local SEO, handle social media, run SEO content creation.
And web development.
Right, and even web development on major platforms like WordPress and Shopify.
That breadth gives us a fantastic view of how personalization has to weave through, every single touch point.
It can't be siloed.
Exactly. It can't just be in a display ad campaign. For it to work, it has to influence the entire customer journey, from that first Google search all the way to the content they're reading on the site.
Okay, let's unpack this monumental shift then, because the sources are, well, they're unequivocal. Personalization is described as no longer a luxury, it's expected.
Yeah.
That means the rules have completely changed. So what are consumers demanding that has flipped the script away from generic mass marketing?
It all comes down to relevance and, I'd say, acknowledgement. Consumers are just tired of filtering out noise. They expect brands to know them.
And what does know them actually mean in this context?
It means the brand can show it understands their past behavior, their purchase history, and maybe most importantly, their real-time intent. So when an ad or product suggestion shows up, it has to precisely match their interests and their immediate needs. It just cuts through the clutter.
So if the message is highly relevant, the consumer spends less time ignoring it, which leads to higher engagement.
Right.
But how confident are we that this, warm and fuzzy feeling of being understood translates directly into a measurable ROI? Is that connection clear?
Oh, it's very clear and very measurable. Personalized ads, because they're so relevant, are inherently more likely to get the click to prompt the action you want. That increases engagement and conversions. But more strategically, the sources really highlight the direct financial impact. When an ad is better tailored, it gets a higher click-through rate, a higher CTR.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting for anyone managing a marketing budget, because this is about efficiency, not just impressions. So how does that higher CTR fundamentally change the economics of a campaign?
This is the core mechanism of modern digital advertising, especially on a platform like Google. A higher CTR leads to much better ad performance overall.
Because Google sees it as a quality signal.
Exactly. Google and other networks, they interpret high relevance and high engagement as a signal of quality. This earns you a better quality score. And what does a higher quality score unlock?
A lower cost per click.
Exactly. When your quality score is high, the platforms reward you. They charge you less for the same ad placement, a lower CPC.
So your ads are cheaper and more effective.
Correct. And that combination, it just significantly improves your overall marketing ROI. It's a virtuous, data-driven cycle where relevance literally pays dividends.
That level of efficiency is just staggering. So for you listening, if you're running a digital marketing operation, what specific metrics should you be monitoring to prove that your personalization efforts are actually working?
You need to get into deep comparative analysis. The sources outlined a few specific tracking points. You absolutely have to monitor CTR and conversion rates for your personalized campaigns and compare them head-to-head against, say, a generic control group.
So a real A/B test.
A real A/B test.
Yeah.
And then you need to look at what happens after the click. Track the engagement metrics, time on site, bounce rate, page views. Because good personalization doesn't just get the click. It brings in a better qualified lead who's more likely to engage deeply with your site.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. The immediate impact is engagement, and the long-term impact is a much, much more efficient budget. But with that kind of ROI, we have to ask, how much of this is manual labor? Or are we now totally reliant on technology to handle this massive amount of data?
We are entirely reliant on technology. I mean, achieving true hyper-personalization, targeting millions of users based on specific real-time intent. It's just impossible for a human to do.
So this is where we transition into the how.
Exactly. The advanced tools making this possible.
Let's deep dive into the technology stack then, starting with AI and machine learning. For our audience, what's the strategic function these technologies serve that goes beyond just, sorting data?
The strategic function is processing complexity and predicting the future. AI and ML are crucial because they don't just categorize what happened yesterday. They look at vast, disparate, complex amounts of data in real time.
What kind of data are we talking about?
Behavioral signals, geolocation, time of day, device usage, everything. And they process this to understand and, most importantly, predict customer behavior. The system can spot these subtle emerging patterns that no human analyst could ever find.
So if I'm an e-commerce site, the machine isn't just reacting to the fact that I bought shoes last month.
No, it's responding to what you're doing right now.
How so?
Well, for instance, an AI can analyze your current browsing path. Let's say you're looking at 3 different running shoe models, but you spend 30 seconds longer on the green one. The AI sees that and can suggest complementary green running apparel right now. That enables dynamic, real-time ad delivery.
So it takes personalization from a segment level down to the individual moment.
Precisely.
That brings us squarely to predictive analytics. How does this differ from the real-time ML analysis we just talked about? What does predictive really enable?
While ML is fantastic at reacting quickly to current signals, predictive analytics is all about being proactive. It's about forecasting. It uses these huge historical data sets, millions of past customer journeys, to build models that forecast future behavior.
It's planning, not just reacting.
Yes. Can I give you a concrete example?
Please do.
Okay. So instead of waiting for a customer to search for winter gear, the system notices that, say, 85% of people who bought those specific running shoes in October last year also bought a lightweight thermal layer 2 weeks later.
I see where this is going.
Right. The system then automatically triggers a personalized ad campaign for thermal layers before the customer even realizes they need one.
It anticipates the need cycle. That is powerful.
It's incredibly powerful. And all of this, of course, relies on effectively using big data to create what the sources call data-driven personalization.
The fuel for the engine.
Exactly. Big data lets you stitch together behavior from everywhere. Website clicks, email opens, app usage, social media, into one unified profile. And you use that to deliver the precise message to the right person at the right time.
Okay, that covers the big strategic and tech picture. Let's connect this back to AdExpert's operational model. How does an agency focused on a hyper-competitive market like Los Angeles apply these massive principles to deliver tangible local results?
It starts with a fundamental, uncompromising commitment to data integrity. They use a data-driven approach that combines the client's own past performance data with extensive, fresh competitor analysis. That part is key in a market like LA.
So they're not working in a vacuum.
Never. And critically, they stress continuous research and rigorous A/B testing. They're always refining their models, not just relying on something that worked 6 months ago.
And they've clearly made AI a major focus, calling it a cornerstone of their services. But let's be critical here. How do they make sure that a global AI model actually serves the nuances of, say, the LA customer base?
That's the essential operational challenge. And the answer is customization. The core AI tech might be universal, but the output has to be localized. So AdExpert uses AI for a few key things: AI-powered customer targeting, personalized campaigns, advanced analytics and optimization tools.
And the key is feeding it local data.
The key is feeding those global models local data. Specific LA demographics, local search trends, what competitors are spending in the region. You integrate general intelligence with highly specific local knowledge.
When you have all these hyper-personalized campaigns running, visibility and control for the client must be a huge issue. How do they let clients monitor all this constant activity?
They have an innovative solution for that called live tracking and reporting. And this goes way beyond a traditional monthly report. It gives you a comprehensive bird's eye view of your campaign performance across every channel: social, email, paid ads, website analytics, all in real time.
Real-time reporting sounds great for transparency, but doesn't that risk analysis paralysis for a client who isn't a data analyst?
That's a valid concern. And the difference is in the design. The system's goal isn't to just dump raw data on you. It's designed to deliver actionable insights. The dashboard highlights the crucial areas that need optimization, the key levers you can pull.
So it empowers them to make decisions on the fly.
Exactly. They can focus their attention where the AI suggests the greatest marginal return is, not get bogged down sifting through every single data point.
And it sounds like this is all driven by some serious technical leadership. We should mention the team. We see Sam Ashrafi, the founder and marketing strategist with over a decade of experience, and Asa Nabavati, who is an expert in SEO and professional analytics.
That blend of seasoned strategy and deep technical skill is crucial, because personalization is really a technical challenge disguised as a marketing problem.
And their local focus seems to be a big differentiator.
A huge one. Target marketing is so vital for local businesses. AdExpert's experience specifically in the LA area lets them stay hyper-current on trends and data specific to that region.
Okay, let's go back to something we touched on earlier. SEO content creation. We talked about ads, but how do they connect content, which is usually for search visibility, to this idea of user personalization?
This is a critical point, because search is the purest signal of user intent we have.
Right.
They explicitly take a data-driven approach to what they call precise copywriting. They make sure the content doesn't just meet Google's technical requirements. It has to include the most relevant semantic keywords and phrases that map exactly to the problem the user is trying to solve.
So it's not just stuffing a key phrase in there, it's about understanding the context of the user's question.
Correct. It's personalization for the search engine by maximizing relevance. By focusing on those semantic keywords, their content matches the user's deeper intent. This boosts visibility, drives higher quality traffic, and ultimately delivers more relevant, personalized experience the second that user lands on the website. The whole ecosystem is geared toward relevance.
So bringing it all home for you, the listener, we've established that AI, machine learning, and predictive analytics are evolving so fast that personalized experiences are completely non-negotiable now. If you aren't personalizing, you're essentially paying a penalty through higher costs and losing visibility.
That's the core takeaway, yes. And the future is only accelerating. The sources mention the disruptive potential of emerging tech like large language model LLMs, like GPT-3 and beyond.
And these aren't just for chatbots.
No, not at all. They're enabling brands to create dynamic ad copy, email subject lines, content blocks. All of it can adapt and change in real time based on the user's detected mood, their location, their immediate behavior.
You could generate 100 headline variations instantly, each one tailored for a microsegment of a single user.
Based on what an AI thinks will compel that specific person to click, that's the future we're looking at. Brands have to stay ahead of this curve.
Indeed.
At the end of the day, personalized advertising is going to keep playing that central role, driving engagement and lowering costs for anyone who embraces it. It's becoming the only effective way to manage your digital marketing spend.
But let's end with a final provocative thought for you to mull over. Given that personalization is demonstrably increasing engagement and lowering costs, what ethical or creative challenges might arise as marketing moves completely away from generic messaging, demanding total specificity for every single user, based on complex algorithms that might know more about our intent than we do ourselves?